Hi guys, how are you tonight? I'm so excited to be here to talk to you about moving from $1,000 to $3,000 in sales. I love to have these conversations with you guys because it's so very important for you to know exactly the steps that you need to take in order to reach to that level so that you can literally rinse and repeat it in your business, right? So I'm streaming in three different places. I'm on my YouTube, I'm on my Facebook, and I'm on my Instagram. So if you see me and hear me, say hi, give me some loves, give me some hearts, tag your business besties, tag your accountability partners, tag anybody you think needs to be here for this conversation where we're talking about moving from $1,000 to $3,000 in sales. And although it might sound like a little bit to some of you, moving from $1,000 to $3,000, you will be surprised how many people are stuck at that $1,000 mark, right? A lot of people are stuck at that $1,000 mark, right? And it takes some specific things for you to do to move forward, so that you can start to make $3,000, so you can make $5,000, so you can start to make $8,000, $10,000, $15,000, right? As I always tell you guys, this happens over time. It doesn't happen overnight, but it can definitely happen faster if you know what tools, or you have the tools, you have the resources, and of course, you have the support to make that happen. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. I am Adana Austin. I am your business coach and consultant, and I work with high end entrepreneurs like yourself to get very clear on your goals, identify your ideal clients, and develop the strategies to grow your business. So that's what I do in a nutshell, and I am here to help. So let's jump straight into our conversation because I don't want to keep you guys here too long, right? Make sure, as usual, you have pen and paper. I always encourage you to write everything down. Don't just listen, but actually write. And as usual, if you have any questions as I'm going through the material, just jump into the comment section and ask your question. And guys, I like my trainings to be very, very interactive, right? So I'm going to ask you to drop numbers. I'm going to ask you to just interact with me so I don't feel like I'm just talking to myself, right? And if anybody's listening to this on a replay, because I know I'm going to always get people on a replay, put a replay so I know that you are listening to it on the replay. So tell me in the comments, I am ready, I am ready, I am ready. So I know that you are ready to start this beautiful conversation that we are having tonight. I have all of my notes here ready to give you guys. Yes, I am ready. I am ready. I am ready. So we're talking about moving from $1,000 to $3,000. So we all know that we are in business in order to make a profit. We're in business because we want to make money. If you are not making money, then you don't have a business as yet, right? Even if you're not making profit. But if you're not making money from the products that you're putting out, or for the intellectual property that you are sharing with your ideal clients, then you ideally do not have a business as yet, whether that's $50 or $500, right? And we're all here because we want to have a successful business. Now, you're not going to start a business and just automatically make $1,000 or $5,000 overnight. It never ever happens like that. It happens in increments. So please be gentle on yourself and understand that these things take time to build, right? But you have to be disciplined. You have to be ready to really put in the work, and you have to be strategic in how you go about getting this result that you want. Yes, you have to be very, very strategic how you go about doing it. So let's talk about it. Talk about it in the comments before we start. In the comments, just tell me what type of business that you have. Tell me, what type of business do you have? Are you a coach? Are you a consultant? Are you an accountant? Are you a hairdresser? Are you into retail selling? I want you to say retail. If you're selling clothes, you're selling shoes, you're selling jewelry, tell me in the comments what type of business that you have so that I may be able to use your business example as I'm going through the talking points. Just tell me in the comments what type of business do you have? Is it a service based business? Is it a product based business? Is it like, and tell me as specific as possible. Um, group of VAs. Thank you, Desian. Right? Tell me what type of business that you have in the comments so that I get a really great sense of how I can support you and use some of you as examples, like my VAs, to move you from $1,000 to $3,000. Right? So let's talk about it. One of the first things that I want you to think about when you are ready to make that shift, because guys, making that shift is not just about the physical work, it's a mindset shift. It's a great mindset shift. You have to believe that yes, I can move past this $1,000 mark and make $3,000 and then make $5,000 and then make $10,000 and $15 and $1,000 and so on and so forth. You have to believe that that is possible for you. And with that belief, then you can thanks, Lisa. With that belief, then you can actually put in the work. You know what I'm saying? So you have to have that mindset shift because, guys, I always tell you, you can have all the strategies in the world. I can share with you 1,000 strategies tonight. But if your mindset is not right, right? If you're not geared up to do the work, if you're not excited to do the work, right, then everything is going to fall flat. Everything is going to fall flat and it's not going to materialize for you because you're operating with doubt and fear and you're having negative self-talk and you are talking yourself out of doing what you're supposed to do because of past experiences or because of what people have said or what you have read and out of because a lot of people fear success. I know that might sound weird, but people do fear success. Not even failure, they fear success. What if this succeeds? Then how am I going to sustain this level of growth in my business? And that's a very true thing. Tell me in the comments if you've ever heard that before. Yeah, some people are actually scared of their own success, not of their failure. Failure is, whatever better word, the easier side of the coin, right? They're afraid of their success. So, in order for these strategies that I'm about to tell you to work, you also have to make sure that you are ready to make that adjustment in your mindset and how you think about your business and how you think and how you approach your business, how you speak about your business, right? How you write about your business, right? So you have to be ready to do that, right? So the first thing that you need to figure out when you want to shift from $1,000 to $3,000 in sales is that you have to incorporate targeted marketing strategies. Somebody can write that in the comments to me. Targeted marketing strategies. Targeted marketing strategies, right? What does that mean? That means in order for you to start to increase your revenue, you have to get really specific about who you are talking to. I know you guys have heard me say that before. You have to get really specific. You have to niche down. You have to decide I'm not trying to sell to everybody. I am trying to sell to a specific niche of people who need and want exactly what I am providing. It has to be really targeted. So that targeted marketing strategy, when you decide to show up on your social media or your emails or your videos or wherever you are talking about your business, you want to speak directly to those people, right? Last week I met somebody who said to me, and I was so happy. I saw it in one of my training groups. She said she is an email marketing specialist to nail tech. You understand what I'm saying? She didn't say she was a social media manager or anything. She's an email marketing specialist. So she's specializing in email marketing, and she went so far as to say to nail text. So she's not an email marketing specialist for everybody. She's an email marketing specialist to nail text. You understand? That making sense? Give me a one if that's making sense. An email marketing specialist to nail text is not just to any and everybody. You have to get that targeted with your marketing. Know exactly who you are speaking to and who you are speaking for. And even in your marketing, you can say to your audience, this message is for, this program is for. This is for women who are tall. This is for people, women who have big feet. This is for the busy mom. This is for moms who have kids 5 and under, right? This is for people who travel at least twice a month. This is for, and there is no reason that you cannot say in your messaging exactly who you are targeting. So even as a VA, right, there's so many different types of VAs. You want to be able to present yourself as a VA for a particular type of person, a particular type of business, a particular type of industry even. You want to get really, really targeted so that your marketing is targeted. So you want to be very, very clear about who that specific audience is. And even in your email marketing, for those of you who have an email list, tell me yes or no if you have an email list. Tell me in the chat. Do you have an email list? Yes or no? Because if you have an email list, guys, and I really, really hope that each one of you end up starting your email list, because we're not just relying on social media alone. As powerful as social media is, you want to use your social media to guide your audience to your email list so that you can continue to nurture them. Even in your email list, instead of sending generic emails, right, you can segment your audience. So my audience in my email list, for example, I have a segment for marketers, people who came into my email list because they're struggling with marketing, another segment for people who are struggling with sales, and another segment for people who are struggling with content creation, right? And depending on whatever I might be promoting at the time, I will choose which email goes to which segment. You understand, guys? Does that make sense? Yes or no? Get specific so your content resonates. Yes, so your content resonates with your target audience. Very good, Desi. And that's so true. And I know that's something that you really, really push as well with your VAs, right? You want to, even in your email marketing, you want to segment your audience to that degree, right? So that you are targeting them. Because guys, that makes a difference between making $1,000 and $3,000. Because what sense does it make to talk to 100 people about your offer when only two of those people are really interested in the thing that you're offering? You understand? You have to be able to decipher who is my ideal client, where are they, and how can I speak to them, and then use language and use marketing strategies that speak directly to them and would encourage them, right, that specific segment to take action. Yes, does this make sense? Making sense? Somebody commenting is making complete sense. So you want to start off with targeted marketing strategies. You're targeting your marketing on your social media by saying exactly who this is for. If it's for entrepreneurs, if it's for new entrepreneurs, if it's for entrepreneurs who are already making $2,000 in their business or $10,000 in their business, if it's for hairdressers who already have a space, or who are, hairdressers who are traveling to their clients. If it's for, tell your audience who this offers for, whether it's a product or a service. Target your audience so that you can eliminate who is not interested. So that when you say something like that, the people who then interact with the content that or the messaging that you're sharing on social media, then okay, they are now warm leads because they are showing some type of interest. And when you say that, you get much more people jumping into your DMs and your WhatsApp and that kind of thing. You want to target your audience on social media. You want to segment your audience on your emails. Yeah. So that is making sense, right, guys? Yeah. Even if you're doing influencer partnerships, right? You don't want to just you don't want, and that's a marketing strategy, right? Influencer partnerships. And that is finding an influencer who already speaks to your target audience. You're not just going to partner with an influencer because they are popular. That makes absolutely no sense, and you're wasting your time and you're wasting your money. You want to target or collaborate or partner with people who already have your ideal audience in mind, who already are working with your ideal audience, who already are speaking to your ideal audience. It cuts down the work by half, and it increases your chances of actually moving from $1,000 to $3,000. Yeah, if you're ready for number two, put number two in the chat for me. Ready for number two? Yes. Number two, number two, number two, put number two in the chat. First thing we're doing, as we say, we're segmenting our audience, right? Targeted marketing strategies. As the first thing, I hope you guys are writing, eh? Targeted marketing strategies. That's number one. Number two, the next thing that you have to take into consideration when you want to move from $1,000 to $3,000, I think we spoke about this on Monday, is that you want to do diversification of your offers. You want to be able to create multiple offers for your audience to buy, because your audience is at different stages of the buying process. That's why, like, if I work with a VA or something like that, or if I work with another coach or a consultant, I always encourage them, let us create packages, right? Because your high end package, your big package might cost, let's say, $5,000, $10,000. And the audience may not be at that stage, right? But they definitely need your help. Then you can say, okay, let's start off with this package, which is $500, right? And once they get the experience of working with you with that $500, and obviously you deliver value, 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 then it's easy for you to now say, okay, you've bought this $500 package. Now let's buy this $1,000 package. Now let's buy this $3,000 package. You understand? So you want to diversify your offers. It doesn't mean having three and four and five and six businesses, but within that one business, you want to be able to diversify. So, for example, a coach or consultant like myself, may have one-on-one coaching, we may have group coaching, we may have a membership, we may have a digital product, we may have corporate coaching, we may have workshops. You understand? Those are like six different um, streams of income that a coach or consultant can bring in. And it's similarly, if you are a hairdresser, right? Whether you are actually doing hair, whether you are training others to become a hairdresser, whether you are selling products to your clients, right? You're selling products to your clients who are coming in to get their hair done. Whether you are, if you have a space, whether you are renting out spaces for other hairdressers or makeup artists or whatever to use, right? And next, if you are collaborating with other people who already have your niche audience, yes, and then you can become the hairdresser for a particular show or a particular personality, influencer as well. Guys, that is six different streams of income I just established there for a hairdresser alone. You have to think outside of the box. Who else and how else does my audience need to interact with my business? You're creating multiple offers to appeal to different audience segments, right? You remember when I said with targeted marketing strategies, I said that for my emails, I have content creation, marketing, and sales, right? In order for me to target each one of them, I have to have three different programs for them because they don't all need the same type of support, right? So similarly for your business, you have to figure out what are the different streams of income that I can provide for my audience. Even if you're a VA, you can provide different package levels. You can provide different package levels as well, right? which will support different types of clients. So if one package has 5 things, the second package has 8 things, and the third package, your most expensive package, has 10 different things that you will do, right? You can create different packages, but of course, for you to create those packages, you have to be very, very in tune with your audience. You have to be very in tune with what their challenges are, what their needs are, and as well as where do they start off, where do they start off, so you can give them a package to help them when they start off, then when they grow, and as you are growing with them, you are giving them offers that they can use as they grow, as their businesses grow, as their children grow, as they grow, as whatever the case may be, as their family grows, as they travel more, as they whatever that may be, as they host more events, as whatever, right? But it's almost like you are going to be there from the time that they are crawling until the time that they become an adult, right? And throughout that life cycle, you have something that they can actually buy from you. So you want to be able to diversify your offers. This will help you move from $1,000 to $3,000 much quicker, because you are not just depending on one thing, right? So let's just say you have 3 offers, right? You can have 4 people buying your low ticket item, 5 people buying your mid ticket item, and then 2 people buying your high ticket item, right? And in that combination, you reach that $3,000, as opposed to you're just waiting for 10 people to buy this mid ticket item, right? You can have people buying from you at different levels, so that money is coming in, right? Your income is coming in from different levels, right? And you are not just depending on one source of revenue in your business. Making sense? Yes, yes, yes. Just tell me yes in the chat. Does that make sense, guys? So we have targeted marketing strategies, as well as diversifying your offers. Diversifying your offers. Tell me in the comments, how many offers do you currently have for your business? How many offers do you have? Do you have one, two, three, four? You don't need to have 10, eh? You don't need to have 10, but I will definitely advise you to get at least 3 offers in there. Because in your offering, you could have more than one mid ticket item. I have at least 4 mid ticket items, but that's from years of being in this business, right? So you can have more than one mid ticket item, right? Which might be between, I would say, 500 to 1,500. I figure that as mid ticket, between 500 and $2,000 as mid ticket for me, right? So you can have multiple that are at mid ticket. You don't need to have one, right? So you have to figure out in your business model, what does that look like, right? And so that at any given time, I always have something to sell. And in fact, I can sell multiple things at a time, because I can be selling one of my offers on my social media, and then I can be selling that another offer to my email list, right? I've even seen people go as so far as to sell a separate offer using their stories, right? So whatever they're sharing in their stories is different from what they are selling in their actual social media feed. You understand? Because you can definitely sell multiple things at the same time. And guys, that is also going to help you move from $1,000 to $3,000 much, much faster. You don't have to stick to one thing. So even if you're selling food, right? You're selling a small box, a medium box, and a large box. You can also be doing catering on the weekend for bigger clients. You can also be teaching people how to cook. You can also have a cookbook. There's so many different ways, but obviously you're going to choose the ways that make sense for the lifestyle that you want. Choose the way that makes sense based on the tools and resources that you do have. And guys, if you are at the beginning stages of putting this together, you don't need to do everything one time. Take your time, do one offer, put it out there, test it out, make sure it is biting. As you do that, then you create the second offer, and then you create the third offer, and so forth and so forth. Right? Nobody is telling you you have to do all 3 or create all 3 at the same time, because I understand it can be very overwhelming. But again, mindset, right? We always go with our mindset. What is your mindset dictating? Right? Pace yourself and make sure that happens. So that was number two. Put number three in the chat if you want number three. Are you ready for number three? Moving from $1,000 to $3,000 in sales. Yes, number three, we talked about target market diversification, target marketing strategies, and we talked about offer diversification. The third thing that you need to um, implement in order to move from $1,000 to $3,000 is what I call customer relationship management, right? And you've heard me talk about this before. This is where you are nurturing your existing clients, guys. It doesn't matter if two people have bought from you in the past. You do not want to just neglect that, because it is easier to sell to somebody who has bought from you in the past and who has actually experienced breakthrough working with you, who has experienced that value working with you, right? Upsell to them, nurture them, cross sell to them, because it's so much easier, right? There are people who have been in my funnel 2, 3 years, right? And they've bought different things, right? Based on their growth. So they may have started off with a digital product, they may have jumped into a membership, they may have jumped into like a 6 week program, and they're implementing all the way and they're seeing the changes and that kind of thing. And then then they would jump to maybe like a 6 month program or 3 month program or VIP day or whatever, right? And that's because they are nurtured. You have to nurture the people who are already in your pipeline, who are already in your sales funnel. Because I know it's very, very easy for you to think, well, I want new clients, I want new clients, I want new clients. That's what most people say. I want new clients. But it's more than just wanting new clients. What about the clients who are already here? What about the client who bought from you last month? What about the client who bought from you in December? When was the last time you spoke to them to make sure that they are okay? Right? What about the client whose contract you finished last year? Right? So you may have worked with them for 6 months last year and the contract came to an end. Have you touched base with them again this year to see if they need similar support or any additional type of support, or just to get a sense of where they are at, so that that can also affect the offers that you decide to put out as well, right? Nurture the people who are already in your funnel, the people who have already bought from you, right? Because you want to retain those customers. Yeah. So even if we use the example of the hairdresser, let's say you taught people how to do hair, then if when they're ready, they can say, hey, I'm ready to do hair now for myself. Let me rent a station in your hair salon, right? Or let me buy the products from you so that I can use on my own clients. You understand how that works, guys? Yes, you understand how that works? So you have to figure out, how do I manage these existing relationships that will help me move my income from $1,000 to $3,000, right? And those people become repeat clients. A lot of my corporate clients, for example, are repeat clients. So we would have three scheduled trainings for the year. It does not matter. These three scheduled trainings are set in stone every single year. They become repeat clients, right? Because they experience the value. So nurture those people who are already in your system. You can create a referral program. You can create a loyalty program. You can upsell. You can cross sell. You can get referrals. You want to provide exceptional customer service to these people. I always say to you guys that when somebody buys from you, it is not the end of the relationship. It's actually the beginning of the relationship, right? And you can have that relationship ongoing for a very, very long time. You can have that relationship ongoing for a very, very long time. Don't wait for people to find you, right? You can definitely go out there and find who your ideal clients are and then offer them solutions because you know exactly what they need, right? And just continue to provide them with value, guys. It's so possible for you. Let me know if this is making sense. Tell me in the chat if it is making sense to you, yes or no. So you have targeted marketing strategies, you have offer diversification, and you also have customer relationship management. Managing those who are already in your funnel, those who are already in your pipeline, because they move from low ticket clients to mid ticket clients, and they may stay as mid ticket clients for a while, and that's fine, right? They may be repeat clients, even though they might be buying the same thing. If you have a product, they may be buying the same thing, right? You can create a referral program, you can create a loyalty program, you create programs around what makes sense. So, like some people I know, they might take into consideration that birthdays for their clients are very important. So they have like a birthday club or something like that, right? And they reach out to their clients for their birthdays and offer them something for their birthdays. So to keep them in the funnel, to keep them interested, right? Right. So you want to do different things like that. If your clients are supposed to experience certain milestones at different stages, right? You want to take note of those things and celebrate those milestones with them, keep them in your funnel, keep them interested, keep nurturing them, keep 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 them interested. Yes. So that was number three. Give me a four in the chat if you're ready for number four, number four, number four, number four. Guys, feel free to ask me any questions you do have. Use the comments to ask any questions. If you need me to slow down, if you need me to give another example, if you need me to clarify anything, jump into the comments and ask any questions, right? Because that's what I'm here for. I want to make sure when we leave this training, you are very clear about how you can move from $1,000 to $3,000. Right now, you're supposed to be amped and excited and envisioning exactly how I can implement these things in my own business because it's really not that hard. Right? That's what I'm expecting right now. You're because yeah, you are thinking to yourself, hey, yeah, I can actually add this product. Or yes, I can actually send my email, send an email to this segment of my audience, right? Or I can put out this message in tonight or first thing in the morning to my audience and let them know that this offer that I have is for this particular type of client, right? Whether it's people with locks, whether it's people with dry hair, whether it's people with psoriasis, whether it's people who, you know what I mean, are corporate women, they're moms, they are travelers, they are busy entrepreneurs, whatever that may be. You have to be very clear about that audience so that you can do targeted marketing, right? So that was number three. Number four, and this is the one that is most often overlooked by a lot of business owners, that operational efficiency, right? Guys, you have to be able. So we are talking about moving from $1,000 to $3,000, right? That may mean that you are setting up yourself to be able to take on more clients or to service more clients, right? Because that may also mean more digital products being sold or something. So it might not always be an exchange of time for money, but you definitely want to move from $1,000 to $3,000, right? You have to take into consideration, can my business handle these high sales volumes? Can my business handle these high sales volumes? And you want to look at the operational efficiency of your business because that can make or break you, right? That can determine if you can actually move from that $1,000 to the $3,000. Because if it's hard for people to onboard, if it's hard for people to buy, if it's hard for you to deliver in a timely manner, then you are going to do reputational damage to your business, and nobody wants that, right? So you also have to figure out based on your business model, because every business is different am I able to handle a high volume of clients? I had this conversation with a client the other day who, new client, and they came in and said, and I want more clients. We did a normal breakdown. How many more clients do you need, right? Based on the financial goal. I want 20 more clients a month. Great. You want 20 more clients. With 20 more clients, you can hit your financial goal. Let's look at the back end of your business. Can the back end of your business handle this amount of clients? And the truth was, at this present time, no, it cannot, because the process to onboard the clients, the process to receive money or even ask for money, receive money, the process to deliver was not in place. It was not seamless, right? And when those things are not seamless, what you're going to do, you're going to disappoint clients, you're going to respond much slower, you're going to deliver much slower, and that can actually hamper you from increasing your sales revenue. Tell me if that's making sense, guys. That can actually hamper you from increasing your sales revenue. So you want to make sure that yes, you want more clients and you want more money, but can I handle the capacity? And don't just say yes. Actually look at your business critically, right? I want more clients. If you are a coach, for example, and you do a lot of one-on-one coaching, and you're saying to yourself, listen, I want more clients, right? And in order for me to meet that financial goal, I need to have 10 more clients. Is it realistic? That's why we said smart goals, right? Is it realistic for you to manage 10 extra clients? What will be the quality of your life? Is it that you have to coach every single day? Is it that you have to coach after hours? Is it that you have to coach on a weekend as well? And this is for any service-based business. That this can be for an accountant, a bookkeeper, even a virtual assistant, right? So just saying I want more clients is great, but how can your operations handle the high volume that is required for you to make that additional income? So you have to make sure that those things are in place, because that would affect how fast and how smoothly you can move from $1,000 to $3,000 to $5,000 to $10,000. This is something that we do not pay attention to. Does that make sense? Tell me in the chat if that makes sense to you. These things affect you. We always like to look at the front end and the pretty side. What we're going to say, what our social media going to say and look like, and what our website going to look like, and what our email is going to say, and let's do a pretty photo shoot, and have nice pictures, and all of those things can be nice. Yes, right? But if you cannot manage the sales volume that you want to come in, it's going to affect your business in the long run. So you want to make sure that that is operational, and it's efficient, and it's effective, and it is as seamless as possible. Yes, they will have hiccups sometimes. We understand that, but and as I tell people, when they don't compare yourself to other businesses, because you don't know what they have in the back end, you don't know what their systems are like, you don't know what resources they have. That's why you can see a company selling things for a very low price, because they may have a wholesale inventory, and they may have a CRM system that allows them to sell 100 pieces a day, right? They may have a system in place that allows them to sell 100 pieces a day. Do you have that system in place? If the answer is no, then you have no reason to be comparing yourself to them at all. Stay in your lane, mind your business, right? And make sure that your operational systems can handle the high sales volume that you are asking for. Asking for it is one thing, but making sure you're set up to actually receive it is the other thing. Especially if you're doing time for money, service-based businesses. If you have a product-based business, it's the same thing. If you have a product-based business and you are expecting people to come on your social media or your website and order from you, and you want to deliver, is your delivery process, is it that sometimes somebody orders from you, your delivery process takes 48 hours? Do you have that streamlined? Does it take 48 hours? How is your payment system streamlined? So they come on. Is it if they come on your social media, for example, your Facebook page, and you're selling clothes or something, and they say that I'm interested, what is that process? Do you have that process mapped out? They say I'm interested. Do you have a link that you send them once they pay? Do you have a receipt process once the receipt is sent? Do you have a delivery process? Right? Is it within 48 hours? Is it within 72 hours? And is that process being effectively communicated to your ideal client so that you can also manage their expectations, right? Right? You have to be able to manage their expectations as well based on your own resources. So whether it's a service or product, you need to be able to do that. If you are a hairdresser or anything like that, right? Do you have a booking system so that if somebody reaches out to you and say, "Hey, I want to get my hair done," do you have a booking system, a booking link that you can send to them so that they can book the date and time that they want to come, right? And in that booking system, do you have the cost, right? In that booking system, is it possible for them to make a down payment? What is the back end? What is your operational process? Because guys, that can, if you don't have that as smooth as possible, that can lead to reputational damage as well, right? But once you have that running as smooth as possible, and guys, yes, there's going to be hiccups, right? Don't get me wrong, because technology we relying on and things happen and things change. But once you're testing it out often enough, you would know if this is making sense in my business. That can help you move from 1,000 to 3,000, because why? It may take away some of the manual labor that you are presently doing in your business so that you can focus on the income generating stuff and let a lot of that manual stuff run automatically in the back end of your business, right? That's why you have a booking order form and those things. You might have an onboarding form that you need people to fill out, right? So at a glance, once they fill out that form, you can determine, listen, this person can go directly into my high end program, or they actually need a mid ticket program, right? Because of that onboarding form. Yeah. So what are those systems that you have in place? Those things help you move. So that was number four. Making sense that the answer is yes, makes a lot of sense. Joshua, give me a thumb up. Right. Tell me if you weren't ready for number five. Put number five in the chat if you are ready for number five, moving from 1,000 to $3,000 in sales. I hope it's making sense, and I hope it's actually making you think about how you are currently operating your business today. Because, guys, there's no time like the present for you to make these strategic changes in your business. Do it a piece at a time, do it a day at a time, do it a week at a time. But there's no time like the present to make these strategic changes in your business. So give me a five in the chat if you are ready for our last and final step to move from $1,000 to $3,000 in sales. Yeah. The last and final thing I would say that will help you to move from $1,000 to $3,000 in sales is what I call data driven decision making, right? Data driven decision making. What do I mean by that? The decisions that you're making in your business, when you're making a decision about your pricing, you're making a decision about what your offer is going to look like, what is going to be in your offer, what is going to, like how you're going to show up, what you're going to say, what your messaging is going to be, has to be driven by data. I always tell my clients when they start to work with me, right? When they say, Adana, you know what? I'm making this amount of money. I'm making $5,000, let's say, but ideally I want to be making $15,000 a month, right? We don't just jump into creating a marketing strategy. What we do, we look back in order to move forward. We look back in order to move forward. And why do we do that? Because what has happened in the past will dictate what you do in the future, right? So if we look back. So we might say, okay, what happened in the second quarter of last year? What were the offers that sold, right? How much did you make? How did your clients find you? How many clients did you have last year, right? Let's take that information. How did your ads perform last year, same time, in the same quarter, or even in the last quarter? What worked and what didn't work? What worked and what didn't work? If something is working, you do not need to reinvent the wheel, right? You can improve that wheel. If something didn't work, you then make a decision. Do I move this? Do I completely erase this system that I was using, or this methodology that I was using, or do I tweak it? Right? I always say to you guys, you can't do the same thing over and over and expect a different result, because that is the definition of insanity, and nobody here is insane, right? We all here to make money in our business. So you want to pay attention to your data. What does your data say, right? Based on that data, based on, hi Kyle, based on that data, based on how much you made in the past, based on what messaging people responded to, based on what ads people responded to, based on what emails had the highest open rate and the highest engagement rate, based on what videos you did in the past that had the highest engagement rate or the highest conversion rate, right? The conversion is very important. Based on what posts that you shared, or what stories or reels that you shared that had the highest conversion rate. But we're not about vanity matrix, right? We're talking about the conversion rate, right? Based on that past data. Good night, night. Based on that past data, then you can determine, going back to your targeted marketing strategies. Based on understanding and evaluating that past data, then you can make a decision moving forward. What offers am I going to put out? What prices am I going to put these offers at, right? How am I going to shop? What am I going to share? Am I going to do videos? Am I going to do posts? How many emails am I going to put out? What am I going to say in these emails? What am I going to say in these proposals that I'm sending out to my bigger clients, right? What am I going to say in my trainings? What am I going to provide? What is the value I'm going to provide in my workshops or my VIP days? What is the thing that I'm going to share with my audience to convince them, for want of a better word, to buy from me or to join me or to follow me, right? So you have to look back to move forward. Look back at the data, because the data never lies. The data never lies. A lot of you have been doing the exact same thing for the past 9 months with absolutely no results, and are continuing to do it for the past 9 months. Now, don't get me wrong. Yes, you have to implement a strategy and test it for a while, because 1 week is never enough, right? But I would say test something. And I mean, when I say test it, I mean stringently test it. You're doing it intentionally. Test it for at least 6 weeks or even 12 weeks, right? You want to test it for 12 weeks. That's 3 months, right? And that alone will be able to give you the information that you need. Now, if you didn't test it properly, if you weren't showing up properly, if you weren't asking for the sale properly and consistently and strategically for the 12 weeks, then your data is going to be skewed. But if you have been doing that consistently, then your data should be sound. And based on that data, you would know, okay, last quarter, this worked for me. So if this worked for me last quarter, then in this new quarter that I'm moving into, I am going to rinse and repeat this thing. That is going to help you move from $1,000 to $3,000, right? If this is working, let me double down on it, because my audience is converting when I do this thing, right? If I did it once and I got 5 people to convert, let me do it 3 times so I can get 15 people to convert. You understand what I'm saying, guys? So that data is never going to lie. That data is going to help you make strategic decisions in your business. And that data that you're taking and now implementing or you're now massaging into your new offers or your new pricing or your new branding strategy or your new visibility strategy or whatever, your new email messages, your new videos, your new workshops, your new whatever is going to help you. Getting that customer feedback is going to help you, right? Getting that customer feedback. They might say, listen, I preferred if, we did classes on a Saturday as opposed to on a Wednesday, or this time as opposed to this time, or I wish that we had spoken more about this in, this so that I could get more of this. I wish that your bottles were, 10 milliliters bigger. Get that customer feedback, because that is also listening to your customers and implementing, and not one person. I always tell you guys, when you're getting feedback from one person is not enough. You want to have a good consensus. You want to have at least 10 people saying the same thing. One person is not enough. I've seen entrepreneurs get in a tizzy because one client gave them feedback. And the only reason I would take one client's word for something is if that client has proven to me to be a repeat client. That client is a referral client, meaning that that client refers me to other people. That client has been with me. You understand what I'm saying? Because not every comment or criticism, or every not even a criticism, because it's not always a criticism, right? Not everything has to be changed because one person said it. When people come to me and say, well, Adana, people are saying so about my offer, and I'm saying, how many people is people? Because more, 9 times out of 10, the amount of people might be two. Is that enough people? Is that enough feedback for you to make a drastic change in your business? Now, sometimes it may be a small change. So, yes, you can go ahead and do that. But is the views of two people enough to make a drastic change in your business? I would say no. If you're getting mass consensus, then yes, obviously. And that's why it's also important for you to get feedback and ask for feedback of your audience, right? Because again, their feedback, if you had 50 people buy from you in the last 3 months, ask those 50 people for feedback. 50 might not respond, but at least if 30 of them respond and give you the same level of feedback, then you can make a decision for your business moving forward, right? Because again, that is data. That is data that you're going to use to determine how you put out your offers and how you present yourself and how you show up and that kind of thing. And that helps you move from $1,000 to $3,000 in sales, something as significant as that. Making sense, guys? Tell me yes or no in the chat. Is it making sense to you? That data driven decision making. Does that make sense? Tell me yes or no in the chat. And of course, this is time. Ask your question. Let's do a quick recap for those who came in late. The 5 things to move you from $1,000 to $3,000 in sales. The first is your targeted marketing strategy. Become very, very clear about who your ideal clients are. Are they big? Are they tall? Are they short? Are they moms? Are they single women? Are they travelers? Are they entrepreneurs? Are they whatever? Get really clear and speak directly to them in your emails, in your socials, in your videos, in your stories, in your reels, in your interviews. Speak directly to them. Say that you're speaking to them, right? So you want to targeted marketing strategies is number one. Second thing is offer diversification. Create different and multiple offers for your audience to buy from you, because they are different stages of the buying process. And instead of turning them away, you want to be able to give them something of value that is going to help them so that they can come back to you and buy over and over and over and over again and refer you to others. Think about a grocery. A grocery is a great example of that. When you go into a grocery, you don't just go into a grocery and buy carrots, right? No, they have a vegetable section, they have a meat section, they have a snack section, they have different streams of income in this one business. Think about it like that. I'm sure you never thought about it like that, right? So they may have an alcohol section, they may have different sections, right? If you think of Price Smart, any one of those, they have a diversified. Instead of just selling one thing, they have diversified. So you can go into, if you go into a Massey now, right? The last time I went to Massey, the big Massey, they had I see they had like a furniture selling, they had like curtains selling, they had like sheets selling and those kind of things. That is a prime example of diversifying your offers. So yes, you can go in and get your groceries, but yet now you can also get household items, right? And there's an overlap because you need these household items for the groceries that you're going to buy as well, right? So there's a diversification of your offer. So that's the second thing. The third thing is your customer relationship management, meaning to nurture the people who are already in your funnel, nurture the people who have already bought from you, right? Guys, all of these five things are connected, and that nothing is in isolation. So people who have already bought from you in the past, you want to nurture those people because it's easier to sell to them as opposed to sell to somebody brand new. Nurture them, create a loyalty program, upsell them, cross sell them. You know what I mean? They are going to be your repeat clients and provide exceptional customer service, right? That's number three. Number four is your operational efficiency, meaning your back end. Make sure your back end is tested so that you will be able to manage the high volume of sales that you want. For those of you who keep saying, I want more clients and I want to make more money, nothing is wrong with wanting that, right? Get very specific about what you want. You want 10 more clients? You want 15 more clients? Is that how much you need to actually make the financial goal that you set for yourself? And if that is the case, can you manage can you manage the volume of sales, right? Make sure that your onboarding is seamless, your payment system is seamless, your delivery system is seamless, because that can make or break you. But if that is seamless, the chances of you moving from 1,000 to 3,000 to 5,000 to $10,000 in sales increases, right? And make sure that it is very easily communicated to your ideal clients as well, right? So that's number four. And lastly, number five is your data driven decision making, utilizing the data, looking back to move forward, looking back at what worked in the past so that you can make informed decisions moving forward, right? So you're going to repeat what makes sense, remove what did not make sense, so that, as I said, if you did this thing once and it led to, because we're looking at leads, right? Not just vanity, who liked it and that kind of thing. But if you did this thing once, you put out this offer once, you shared this email once, you shared this video once, and you got leads, you got people to buy from you, then rinse and repeat that. If you did it once, then up the ante, do it three times. So instead of just getting three people to buy from you, you can get 15 people to buy from you, right? And you get that information by looking at the data, looking back at what worked so that you can make decisions moving forward. Is this good? Say yes or no. Those are the five things. Say yes or no. Yes or no. Is this good information for you? Yes or no. Is it making sense? Nisi, Desian, Joshua, Cherise, Denise, Shay, Lisa, is it making sense, guys? Is this information that I'm sharing with you making sense? And can you see how you can actually implement it in your own business today? It's not rocket science, but it needs for you to make some informed decisions um, for your business. Speaking for the crew. Thanks, Bezian, right? Let me know if they have any questions. Let me know if they have any questions. Drop their questions in the comments so that I can answer any questions that they have. I'll be glad to answer any questions that they have. Tell me how much people in the crew as well. Tell me how much people in the crew. And I love that you're sharing it with your VAs. I love that. Right? We need more of that. But guys, yeah. So I hope this makes sense, and I hope this triggers something in how you think about your business and how you operate in your business. Because guys, these are things that you can literally implement today. Because 9 times out of 10, when I speak to entrepreneurs, they already have some of these things in place, but it just needs to be fine tuned. Four of us, great. It just needs to be fine tuned, right? Or it needs to be tested in order for it to all come together. Because out of these five things that I've shared with you today, they all work together. They actually are not separate and apart. They're not separate things. They all work together to ensure that it's easy for you to move from $1,000 to $3,000. Because I started off there, right? It separate from increasing your prices, because that's another strategy, and we spoke about that last week, right? Separate from increasing your pricing and pricing your offers competitively, because that's another strategy, right? But outside of that, there are other things that, like these five things, that you can definitely do in order to move you from $1,000 to $3,000 to $5,000 to $10,000, right? I have implemented these things in my own business, and I've helped my own clients implement these things in their business so that they can see this gradual change in their own business, right? Those who literally put their head down and make sure that they implement the things that we discussed saw the hugest and fastest changes in their business. They didn't have to wait 6 months to experience this increase in their sales, right? They got this in as little as 6 weeks, right? Because they put their head down, they implemented, and they were determined to make the sales in their business. You know, I always tell my clients, when we put out a program or whatever, and I'm saying, listen, we want 10 people in our program, or we want 10 people to buy from us, we're not stopping until we get those 10, right? We are going to make sure that we are sharing value, we are sending all the emails, we are doing the videos, we are responding to people in the DMs, we are following up with past clients, we are doing the most in order to get the results that we want, right? And saying all of this, guys, too, because I'm glad that you are here. Thank you so much for being here and staying with me for this hour. I want to invite each and every one of you to Profit Acceleration, which starts on April 1st. It's our 6 weeks program that is going to help you accelerate your profit. We're going to be implementing these things as well as quite a number of other things. It's a 6 weeks program. It's one-on-one with me. We begin on April 1st. There's a payment plan. Click the link to find out about the payment plan. If you prefer to pay by direct deposit, then jump into my DMs and let me know you're interested and you're ready to pay by direct deposit, because then I can definitely send you all of the payment information. You're going to be hearing so much more about Profit Acceleration over the next few days. If you have not heard about it as yet, because I've been talking about this for at least a week and a half, you'll be seeing it in your emails as well. You're going to be seeing videos about it. We begin on April 1st to really kickstart quarter 2, because you deserve to make a profit in your business, right? We look at diversifying your income, creating multiple streams of income. We do a total audit of your existing business. We look at your branding, we look at your positioning, we look at your messaging, we look at everything in your business that can help you propel from $1,000 to $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, and beyond in your business, because you deserve to make that type of money. We are breaking the barriers, right? We're not doing the same thing and expecting a different result. We are going to shake up. We're going to shake up your business model. We're going to shake it up and create something brand new for you, something that you can literally rinse and repeat in your business, so that you can get different results, right? Because I know all of you want to increase your profit margins, you want to increase your revenue streams, and you want to make a profit. You want to break from just breaking even. You want more. And you deserve more. You deserve more. But again, you don't have to do it alone, because I know it can be very overwhelming. So that's why I'm here to help you. So I dropped the link to Profit Acceleration in the comments. If you're watching me on Instagram, it's in the link in my bio. So just click on the link, read the information, and get back to me. Jump into my DMs if you have any questions. click say replay if you are hearing this on the replay, but jump into my DMs, leave any questions you have, any comments, and I'll be really, really happy to answer the questions. So, guys, thank you again for tuning in tonight. We just make it the hour mark, right? Thank you very much for tuning in tonight. Thank you for participating and answering my questions. And I will see you guys live again on Monday at lunchtime. I think on Monday we're doing lunchtime where we talk about more tools and resources and more strategies that you can use to grow your business. Yeah. So have a great night. Be safe. Follow the rules. Thank you very much. And I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.